in this country, we have a rich man's security and a poor man's security, and that the government owes equal obligations to both. There is still today a frontier that remains unconquered, an America unreclaimed. This is the great, the nationwide frontier of insecurity.
It all started in 1935 with the Social Security Act as part of Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal. The Social Security Act created an insurance program meant to support retirees, which is funded through income taxes. In 1930, only 15% of workers were covered by retirement plans, many of which collapsed during the Great Depression. Social Security provided such relief to aging Americans that they thought that this program was infallible, so they continually added programs to extend coverage. From 1939 to 1965, benefits were extended to children of retired workers, surviving children of deceased workers, agricultural and self-employed workers, disabled workers, and women who became eligible for benefits at age 62. In 1972, Social Security was adjusted to ensure that benefits rose with the cost of living. In 1977, Congress slowed the growth of benefits and nearly doubled the payroll taxes that supported the retirement programs. By this time, the bite that Social Security and other entitlements had taken out of the yearly budget had increased dramatically. Everyone was slowly beginning to realize that Medicare and Social Security were going to run out, leaving people hanging with no money to fall back onto when they retired. We have interviewed Edna, a retiree supported by Social Security, to ask her opinion of the program. Hello, Edna. Give us some insight as to your opinion on Social Security. Do you like it?
Oh yes, of course I like it. It's made it possible for me to retire without having to worry about being a burden to my family.
Is it working well for you?
Yes, this program is godsend to senior citizens like me. I have high hopes for Social Security.
Thank you, Edna. In 2003, President George W. Bush signed a bill which added prescription drug coverage to Medicare. In 2009, the trustees of the Social Security and Medicare trust funds reiterated what they had reported before, that the long-term costs of the two programs are not sustainable as they are currently designed. In 2010, Congress and President Obama approved of a healthcare legislation that improved drug coverage for seniors, but also aimed to cut nearly $500 billion from Medicare's costs between 2010 and 2019. Every year, the birth rate in the United States decreases as the life expectancy increases. This is not helpful for Social Security and healthcare because there will be less people to pay taxes and provide money for the growing number of retirees. We also have to figure into the equation the number of baby boomers that will be retiring with Social Security benefits. In 1940, there were 160 workers supporting each Social Security recipient, but the current number is 3 workers supporting each recipient. By 2030, there will be less than 2 workers supporting each Social Security recipient. At this rate, when elementary school children begin paying taxes, 80% of their taxes will go towards providing Social Security for our growing number of seniors in the U.S. Although people are trying to keep healthcare and Social Security up and running, by the time the baby boomers have retired, the funds will be non-existent. We have interviewed Victoria, a young adult who will explain her thoughts on the future of Social Security. Hello, Victoria. What is your opinion on Social Security? Good or bad?
Social Security has become a leech on the health of my economic future. I can't afford to throw away my money like this.
Please, elaborate.
The baby boomers have created a situation where there will be too few people to provide for the Social Security fund. It'll be drained, so when it comes time for me to retire, the government will have nothing for me. My investment will be worthless.
There are less people?
Yes. Every year the birth rate decreases, and the end of the baby boomers saw a pretty big drop in the birth rate, meaning there are less people to pay taxes and provide the baby boomers with money for Social Security.
So does this mean you think Social Security will definitely fail in the future?
Yes, Social Security will most definitely fail.
Do you think there is any way to salvage Social Security?
No, Social Security needs to end now. It has nothing to offer the well-being of our future.
While the number of workers per retiree is decreasing, the percent of income towards Social Security is increasing. In order to curb the costs, the government has begun to cut benefits. So we have fewer workers supporting more retirees by taking more out of their paychecks in order to supply fewer benefits. Do you think this crippling situation is what FDR had in mind? His solution for the elderly worked in his time, but now America is ready for an alternative.